It's me, Scott Lang. And I know it's been a while since I've sent out a webisode, but March and April have been crazy as I've been running from city to city doing workshops all over the country. And although it's not afforded me a lot of time to communicate, it has afforded me a lot of time to think as I sit on planes and drive in automobiles through the night. And I've been thinking about this concept, a math concept called an asymptote. Now, for those of you who know a lot about math and understand math, and that's not me, there's a concept called an asymptote that basically states when you try and achieve one objective through those behaviors that you actually receive the opposite or inverse objective in proportion. And I've been thinking about the asymptote of leadership, and that oftentimes when we see very fine, large, and successful programs, we assume that they have very fine and large successful leadership teams, when it actually may be the exact opposite. That smaller programs that are younger, programs that are struggling may actually be achieving greater results with their student leaders. See, we assume that big programs mean big student leaders accomplishing big things, but when you look at it, in fact, oftentimes big successful programs have staff and faculty and teaching opportunities for other people other than the students, which actually provides the inverse response for the student leaders. That the biggest programs with the most successful accolades often have the least accomplished student leaders doing the most minute of tasks. And those who are in programs that are building and developing and are smaller programs are asking their leaders to step up big by running sectionals and running rehearsals. In fact, I was working with a band the other day where the director was gone for 7 days due to jury duty, and the band ran itself in its absence. And I've decided that this is the asymptote of leadership. Now, how does this help you? Well, most of you right now are in the season of choosing, selecting, and training your student leaders. So I encourage you to think about the asymptote of leadership. That what is the leader that you're trying to train? If you have a huge program that's successful with lots of itinerant staff and multiple band directors, orchestra, and faculty, and that there's not a lot of opportunity for students to genuinely take big leadership roles, then you want to make sure you train students to be successful in the smaller roles of leadership. Not less important, but smaller. And if you're a self-taught director, and if you're the only faculty member and you don't have the budget for itinerant staff in these tough times, then you've got to be training your student leaders to be thinking big and taking on larger roles, almost equivalent to that of a teacher. And when you don't do that, you actually create the inverse effect. When you choose leaders who are seeking big opportunities and tasks and then hand them less opportunities and smaller tasks, you're actually creating unsuccessful opportunities to lead, which turn the students away from wanting to lead. And by that, you're actually taking students who want to lead and you're driving them away from leadership. It is the asymptote of leadership. And I think I just like saying that word. So I encourage you to think about what is the type of leader you need, and are you training them to be that leader? Or are you choosing one type of leader and expecting them to be another? It's a heavy concept, but one that's worthy of some of your thought during these times as we close down school and prepare for the summer recess and the gear up of next year. And I would be remiss of me before I go if I didn't give a shout out to the folks who were a part of the Leadership Success Live Tour, the first one ever. We were in Seattle, we were in Los Angeles, we were in Minneapolis, St. Paul, we were up in American Fork in Utah, we were in Wando, South Carolina, and we were last night in Oklahoma City with the folks at Moore High School. A big shout out to you, and you can't believe how successful the tour has been. If you would like to host your own Leadership Success Live Tour, which costs you nothing and the students pay, then you contact me. And if you're interested in hosting your own student leadership workshop for your group, now's the time to schedule for the fall. July and August are almost gone, but there's still a few opportunities left. You can contact me now via the web at www.scottlang.net. Take care, everyone. Good luck, and don't forget, the more you give, the more you get, but the more you get, the more we expect you to give, and that in itself is an asymptote. Take care.